Hey y'all, it's your girl Dom, and we're back at it again with another video. Today I'm coming to y'all with a girl talk and a story time. You know, we're doing both in one today because I know I haven't been on here like that, and I told y'all I'm gonna start posting again. The sunlight is my favorite background. You know why? Because it has you, like the sun, you could love and hate it, but like it has you looking like this. Only sun and water and minding your business can make you look like this, I promise. Anyways, I'm coming to y'all with a girl talk on how to know if you fully moved on, like with everything in your life. You know, how to know, like, are you telling yourself that you moved on with everything, or did you really move on? How to know? How do you know? Well, first off, first things first, you know that you moved on when the person or people or things that used to make you feel so bubbly inside, you know, butterflies, that shit don't phase you no more. You know what I'm saying? Just getting the text or that phone call just don't phase you no more. Also, you know what I'm saying? The places you used to go, like that shit used to make my stomach drop. When like I used to be in certain places and areas, like now that shit just don't feel the same no more. It's just like, alright, cool. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I see a lot of like quotes and stuff on Instagram and stuff like that. And like the first thing we be wanting to do is post it so they could see it, you dig? No. And I'm gonna tell you why. That shit makes somebody feel sorry for not being around you. You want to make somebody feel like shit for not being around you. Like on some really, like I really could have stayed around to see this glow. Yeah, you could have, but you didn't. So move. And another thing is, y'all gotta stop. Like y'all gotta really stop sitting over there begging somebody to stay around you. They don't want to leave. It's because it's not meant to be. God heard those conversations when you wasn't around, sis. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. He heard every thought, every feeling when you wasn't around. How they treat you when you're not around them is how they feel about you. How they feel about you is how they gonna treat you. And if they're not treating you good, that's because that's how they feel about you. That's why it's time for you to move on. Sis, moving on is not easy. I moved on from a whole life that I thought was my whole life, and at the same time, it doesn't even feel like it was mine. It felt like I was living somebody else's life. When you gotta try too hard to keep somebody in your life, it's because they don't want to be there, and it's because it's time to let that shit go. You know, like, when you find yourself fighting yourself over little shit like that you wouldn't normally fight yourself over, it's like, that's how you know it's time. And like I said, moving on is not easy. But how do you know when you moved on? Like I said, when you go places that you used to go with certain people or certain things that used to make you feel bubbly, just don't no more. On top of that, them messages, them threads are deleted, baby. That's when you know. You don't sit there, you don't re-look at the messages of what coulda, shoulda been. Them pictures, annihilated, obliterated. They don't exist no more. As if it just never happened. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes some people think that that's heartless. Sometimes you could want somebody to eat, just not at your table. And that's okay. That's okay. A lot of people ask me, because I get a lot of of my younger subscribers that DM me like, how do I move on? Dom, like, I've been with such and such for so long, it just don't seem right no more. That's because you're so used to the routine, not the person. You're in love with the routine, not the person. Especially when you know that it's time to go, you're in love with the routine, not the person. Remember that. If it don't work, I told y'all before, if I give it 10 times, I'm not even lying. I'm not even joking. I'm not even like playing no games. I give it 10 times. If it don't work the first 5, okay, that's like, all right, cool. I ain't gonna give up there. After we on the second hand and it's like 3 times that went by, I had to. I'm not dumb, y'all. I promise. The sun is just really fucking with me. Yeah, there's no excuse for that. But I had to, but it's okay. 3. You know what I'm saying? After you on the second hand and it's like 3 times that went by and you got 2 more turns with this person left, get ready to pack your shit. Because like I said in my last video, a person that's not ready to change for themselves is not ready to change for you. A person that's used to disappointments will sit there and keep putting themselves in situations with other people where they're disappointing other people too. You can't expect somebody that don't know how to do good for themselves to do good for you. Am I preaching or what? Y'all fucking with it or no? I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna keep talking. But like I said, a person that really does not give a fuck about themselves cannot possibly give a fuck about you. They don't care about you, baby. They can't possibly care about you. Because if they're destructing their inner being, what do you think they're gonna do for you? Sometimes it gets hard. Yeah, it do. You know, you tend to miss the past life. And it's not even for me. It's not even like that. For me, it's just been on some, you know, you do what you gotta do. Because if those people really loved you, it would have showed. Even if, you know, time went by and, you know, y'all didn't speak, it would have showed. When you giving somebody your all, it's not healthy. I told myself I never want to be dangerously in love again. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to hit your boys up to see where you at. I don't want to have to hit my friends up to be like, yo, girl, he not answering. Let me see your phone. And that shit start ringing and my heart start dropping because now it's like, what this nigga doing? Why he think I'm stupid? I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that friend no more that every time, you know, you go out with your friends, I'm over here wondering why the next day I see it on your Snap or the Gram and I'm like, yo, where was the invite? We have the same mutual friends. I don't want to be that friend no more. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Baby, you know my number. You know where you can find me. Fuck out of here. That shit is toxic. And I'm not saying that you always got to be in the mix because sometimes everything ain't about you. But sometimes you just got to know. You got to know when people are done with you and you got to let that shit go. But how? You got to let the routine go. You got to let the thoughts go. You got to allow whatever it is in your head to wander for as long as you need it to. And then one day you just going to stop giving a fuck. Because you're going to stop caring about how unfair it was. And you just going to think about the fact that fucked me up, but it made me stronger. So thank you. When you start thanking a person for how fucking wrong they did you, just know that that glow up is about to come. And it's about to come better than you ever imagined it. When you stop giving a fuck about what they did to you and how it changed you, but you start giving a fuck about what it did to make you the person that you are today, that's when you know greater is coming, baby. And don't be scared of that change. Because that change is only there to mold you into the person that you will become. And you will become that person that you want to be. Sometimes we miss our opportunities because of the people that we keep around us. Sometimes moving on is hard because of the routine that we have with the people that we thought that loved us. But people that love you is not going to hurt you and keep having you questioning, why are they here? Or why do I love them so much and I show them this love and affection and all they're doing is hurting me? That's why I say you got to make a motherfucker feel sorry for themselves that they didn't stay in your life. Not you doing that. Because if you did all that you can do, a person knows when they have somebody good. And they will abuse that soft spot that you have for them until you no longer have it. That's when you know you moved on. When that soft spot for them, you don't give a fuck no more. It don't hurt you no more. You know what I'm saying? A person can never make me mad about any choice that I've ever made. A person can never make me mad over a person that I already had relations with, because at the end of the day, if they're not here anymore, it's because they were a problem. And I had to resolve the problem. And a lot of people think of me as mean, like, oh, I'm that mean friend. No. Or I'm that mean girlfriend. I don't let you do shit. No, baby, it's never that. I learned my lesson. Keisha Cole said if he don't want to be with you, you know what I'm saying? You can't force him to stay down with you, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to stay. He's not going to listen. All he's doing is what you're telling him to do. I'd rather a guy do what he'd rather do so that I know how to maneuver. Because you're not finna play me, baby. I'm too wavy. Stop. What are you doing? You better correct yourself. For you lose the baddest that you ever had. And I start talking to somebody else. Fuck out of here. Nah. Because at first I was told not to talk about this. It's okay if his homeboys talk to you and, you know, they try to talk to you and then you talk to them back and all of a sudden you're a hoe. But then when they talk to one of your female friends or they look at one of your female friends like, oh, who that? It's okay. Like, I wanted to know what's the double standard behind that. I don't do the whole homie hopping thing. I never got into that. But at the same time, there are times where women do get mad and they do try to do that. I wouldn't advise it because it does look kind of bad on your part, but I get where the hurt coming from. I just had to say that because I was thinking about that because I was having to talk about that the other day with one of my friends. And like I said, we do be talking about these topics and stuff like that. That's where I be getting my topics from. So, like I said, y'all, don't feel bad, like, if I be talking about something and I'm like, yo, like, that's crazy to me now. Because shit that I did back then, I would never do now. You know what I'm saying? Some of the topics that I do be talking about be from when I was AKA in high school. And when, like, I did dumb shit without thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, nobody could ever play me. You want to know why? Because I'm too wavy. At the end of the day, if you get a chance to play me, it's because I allowed you to. Don't ever think you had an upper hand on me. This is about moving on, though. Moving on is when you want better for yourself. Whether it's past toxic thinking. Because you got to understand, you're not only... If you're in the same old mindset of nothing is ever going to get up nowhere. Bitch, it's snowing. I'm sorry, y'all. Why is it snowing? Is it? No, it's... I can't even tell. I really took 5 seconds of y'all time to sit there and be like, yeah, that's what happened. You watched the movie Up? Where he was like, squirrel. Yeah, that's me. That's me. But I wanted y'all to see me. Of course the sun went down. But, like, I wanted y'all to see me without the light, too, because I'm tired of people saying that I be using my sunlight as my filter because I look just as good without it. But enough of that. Let me talk about something. And you got those cocky people that be like, oh, yeah, and I left her, and this, that, and the third. And if a nigga's so cocky about the fact that he left you, like, or a female or whatever the case may be, you got to understand that that's okay. That's okay. Because at the end of the day, when you evolve on them, nobody's going to care about who left you or who this, that, and the third. Because people can only leave you in a dust when you're doing bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you ever heard of the saying, like, don't catch me when I'm doing good. But I want to see who's going to stay down when my fucking house is falling down and I'm trying to rebuild that shit back up. Those are the people that loves and cares about you the most. Don't ever get it fucked up. Understand, some people stay around you just because they don't want to see you do better with nobody else. Because they know who it is that you are. Don't get it fucked up. These motherfuckers know who you are and the love and stuff that you possess inside. Don't let nobody take advantage of that. Like I said, I was never always the perfect one in my story. I was probably a villain to a couple people in my story. And that's okay. But you know what? I seen this post over and over and over, and it's so true. I'm sorry if I was ever a toxic person in your life, but let me tell you something. You won't catch me being that now. I remove myself from situations if I'm the toxic person in that position. Because sometimes being around a situation that's toxic can make you toxic. That is why sometimes moving on is important. Sometimes, you know, we want to sit there and be like, maybe it could work this time. If you spent months or even, in fact, years trying to work on a situation and it feels like you're beating the hell out of a dead horse, well, if it's a marriage, it's different. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact that I have older people watching my channel and I have younger people watching my channel. But if it's a marriage, that's different. Like I said, I'm 18 myself. I don't have all the answers. But if you know for a fact that that relationship can work and y'all both are willing to spend the time to work on it, then by all means, like, disregard everything I said. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I give things a 10-time minimum. Literally 10 times. Like, people think that I'm stupid for it because it's like if they cross you the first time, they're going to cross you again. Okay. And I feel like, in a way, everybody done hurt you. Everybody's going to hurt you in some form or fashion. I'm not telling you that you got to deal with it. There's a different types of hurts that I won't deal with. You know what I'm saying? I won't deal with that lying shit or that cheating shit or something of that sort. But some things, you know what I'm saying, if you just talk to a person, you can work it out. You know, you can work it out. And that situation can become better just by communicating. Communication is key. No, fuck that. Understanding is key. If there's no understanding, then why are y'all communicating? There's going to be no point, because somebody is still going to feel like they're not being heard or they're not being understood. Y'all, it's almost, literally, my childhood is almost over in 2 or 3 months. We're going into a new fucking, whatchamacallit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's done. This, I think it's the decade. I think, yeah, it's done. So, let's not trip over the small shit. It's time to elevate yourself. And even if the past comes knocking at your door, sometimes that's not always the best answer. Sometimes moving on is the key. Again, but how? Because, like, sometimes you just need to sit in your sadness as long as you can, so that when it's finally over, you can appreciate the happiness that you have. You can love a person deep down in here. But when it comes to the point where that person just no longer, you know, serves you any purpose, because y'all gotta understand, relationships are about give and take. And it's about a lot of what you can receive. Because if a relationship doesn't offer you anything, and a lot of people tell me, like, that sounds so selfish when you put it like that. Well, would you stay in a relationship that offers you nothing? Let's be honest. Would you stay in a relationship that offers you nothing? Okay, so relationships are about give and take. And what you get is what you're allowed to take. You're not supposed to take more than that. You're not supposed to take more than you're willing to give. It's fucked up, y'all. It's fucked up. If you're in a situation or if you're doing that to somebody else, don't do that. If you know that somebody loves you more than you love them, don't do that. You're fucking up good people, and 9 times out of 10, that's why we're still dating on the clearance rack. That's why all of the good people are already in relationships, or they're getting fucked over so they can't trust nobody no more. I don't want to be a part of that generation. We are raising our kids in generations that, like, are dealing with this shit. Like, our kids will never know the childhoods that we had. Playing outside until the street lights came on. Why? Because this world is so crazy. You don't want to be a part of that. You want to be a part of the solution. You don't want to be a part of the problem. That's why I said, when it's time to move on, you just do what you have to do. Sometimes you don't want to do it, but that's what makes you stronger. Sometimes, like, at one point in time this year, I felt like I lost everything. When I tell you like, short story, because I would never leave y'all hanging without a story time, you know what I'm saying? One time, at a point in time this year, I felt like I lost everything. Friends, relationships, loved ones. Yeah, like, everybody seemed like they was just dying left and right. But you know what? You know what got me through that, man? My mother is my best support system. When I tell you my mother is my best friend, my mother is my best friend. And I don't mean that on some we sit there and we talk like we're best friends. No. She's there for me through any and every situation. So even when I did feel like I lost everybody, she was still there. Even when I did feel like I lost everybody, she was still there. Loving me even when I got attitudes, even when I, you know, just didn't want to get out of bed. Come on, get out of bed for school. I'm going to make sure you get what you need later. After later, we could talk about whatever you need to talk about when you get home, when I get off work. But right now, I need you to go to school. I need you to make it as popping as you can while you're there. But we're going to get through this together. And that's why I said, you know what I'm saying? In that Lil Uzi Vert song, Dark Queen, Lose my mama, that's a problem you can't solve. Like, that shit is real. Like, I felt that whole song, man. Like, I love him when he's not on that weird shit, you know what I'm saying? But, like, Dark Queen was my favorite song because I understood it and I related to it so much. Sometimes it just takes that one person to change your vision, and then you understand why things didn't work out with the last person. Sometimes it just takes that one thing to make you realize some things I have no control over. When you realize that you don't have control over the situation, and to stop taking control over your situation because you have none. Anything that's happened is because it was meant to happen. And when you understand that, that's when it's going to take you so much further. And I'm telling y'all, this YouTube shit ain't easy, man. It ain't. So when I be coming here like weeks later or 2 weeks later than I'm supposed to, it's because literally I be trying to put out good content for y'all. I don't just want to bullshit y'all. I don't like doing that. I love y'all too much. Like, y'all have been supporting me since my day one. Subscribers have been supporting my channel. And to see my channel grow, it's growing slow because I haven't really been promoting it like that, because it's like, I want to see how my channel is going to grow without me promoting it. You know what I'm saying? But, like, even if it takes me till next year to even get to, like, 200, that's okay, baby. That's okay. Because you know what? At least I know I did it authentically. At least I know I did it like that. Even if it's 2 or 5 subscribers a month, it's okay. Because I already know where I'm going. Nobody else could take that from me. What God already has for me, nobody could take that from me. And that's how you know that it's going to be okay. Moving on is not, like, bettering yourself and your mentality is not always easy. It's uncomfortable as fuck. But when you know that better is coming for you and was designated just for you, there's nothing, not a damn soul, not a damn person that could ever make you feel inadequate to them or anybody else. And that's what I said. And so all of you girls that's worrying about, did he upgrade, did he downgrade? Baby, everybody is a badass female. Understand that. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta find the inner bad female in you. And once you find that, I don't care if people think you ugly, you cute. Once you own the inner bad female in you, nobody could take that shit from you. I just had to say that because, like I said, I don't always get to reply to y'all, but I see it. I see it. You know what I'm saying? I see the stuff that I'm sent. Like, I don't reply till later. Don't think that I'm ignoring y'all. I be busy too, just like y'all. Damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, understand this. Real people gonna love you. Fake people gonna show you fake love. But only as long as you allow it. Moving on ain't easy. It's only as easy as you make it. If you draw out the process, it's gonna get harder. If you love yourself more, not a damn soul could really tell you about yourself. A lot of people call me cocky, but I'm not. I humbled myself and I learned to love myself. Even when motherfuckers tell me not to. Even when people find a reason to hate. It's all good. It's all good, baby. Like, another thing is, don't be ashamed of where you come from. Your background is what makes you who you are today. And a lot of the hurt that stems from your childhood is the reason why you are the way you are in your adult life. Understand that, baby. Stop sitting over there trying to put fucking shit over it and, like, bury that. Your childhood is the reason why some of your relationships are not working out. Your childhood can... Because I don't think y'all ready for that, though. I don't think y'all ready for that, though. Your childhood is legit the reason why a lot of us are damaged. Whether it's because our parents did something or said something or wasn't there, or whether it's because I feel like 9 times out of 10, before anybody could break you, your childhood did. Your family did it before anybody else could. And if I'm wrong, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but before and a lot of people just claim to have these perfect lives. That's false. And another thing that y'all need to understand is these YouTubers, this Instagram shit, this Snapchat shit, that shit, a lot of people are not going to tell you their failures. You got to understand that a lot of people is not going to boldly come out and say, I'm failing at this. Stop hating on relationships, friendships, fucking social media ships that don't exist in real life. Stop hating on it. These motherfuckers not going to tell you what they struggling with for real. They're not going to tell you that because it's not convenient to them. But you got to love yourself to know that you got to love yourself enough to know that sometimes moving on is best for you, not for them. And when you move on, you don't hate the person. You give more love to the person, because when you give hate to a person that did you wrong, all you're doing is saying, here, I'm giving you all of my energy and all of my time. It takes so much energy to put hate or dislike towards a person. Like I said, if you're not here right now, I still want you to eat, just not at my table, baby. Stay wavy. It's your girl, Dom. Like, comment, and subscribe, and keep that good-ass vibe, you dig? It's been real. It's definitely been real. A lot of this shit, I hope y'all actually think about it, but I'm gonna go now.